How you doing, Mike? My name's Wes. Last name's Wild. From Northwest Indiana. A little town called Chesterton. Not too far off of Lake Michigan. We're threading a piece of aluminum. That's why I'm not running the coolant. I've already cut the thread once, or actually twice, and I've went to my offset page. I added an extra $2,000 after the second cut. I wired it with my wires, and I showed that it was 2/1000ths total tight. So now I'm taking a second free pass. My tool wear column is set at exactly -4/1000ths right now. Granted, we're not threading the TI yet. Here's a piece of the TI. It's actually 6AL 4 Vanadium, and that'll get a thread on both sides when we're done, and I'll chop it in half. What I'm making is right there. It's gonna have a ball. I don't think I'm good enough yet to program the ball here on the CNC, so I'll do it over on the lathe. In fact, I'll walk you over there. I'll show you my old beater. Here's my China lathe. It's a metric conversion. If you want to know the reasons why I'm trying to learn how to thread on the mill, is because there is no half nut lever, or there's a half nut lever, there's no thread dial, because as soon as you disengage, it doesn't pick up the same lead. So back to cutting the ball, I use this guy. You've probably seen one of these before, and I swing the ball with this little radius cutter, little homemade holder I made. It's not a bad little lathe. I got accurate readouts on it. That does a pretty nice job. Everything was sweating last night a little bit with the storm, so I'm gonna have to get a little oil on everything. You see I got a little surface rust there that came in last night. Turn the volume down here a little bit so you can hear me. Here's my beast that I started with. Never seen one of these before, have you? That's my Bridgeport. It's variable speed. Old Bridgeport vise, rusted up last night a little bit. And it's got a set of new all readouts on it. Not too bad. I enjoy it. But we're making all kinds of skate stuff. Here's a bunch of plates. Got into skating with my kids again. I used to do it when I was a teenager. And so I started producing some plates, and everybody seemed to like it and enjoy it. So here we are back to the mill. Here, I'll give you a close-up of what you're dealing with. It's a TM1 Haas. It's a 2002. You can see it's got the old floppy disk. You know, so I have a computer with floppy disk capability still, and I've got it set up with SolidWorks and EdgeCam, but I refuse to learn that until I learn what I'm doing manually. This is what I'd like to talk to you about in a little more detail. You can see here that I've got 3 tools loaded in. The top tool is the cutter we're using, and I understand that the second column over is wear for tool height. All right. What I don't understand is where it says geometry. What are we talking about? The book doesn't tell me. This is what I had set at 0.488, and it did a large circle around my part. Now over in the wear column, you can see that after talking to you, I set it back to 0, and I got wear set at 004. And that's where we're cutting now. I did my first pass at 2 thousandths under, and the wires said that it was 2 thousandths too tight, so now we're taking another free pass. I'd like to thank you for taking the time and helping me out. I don't want to sound like a charity case, but I've paid hundreds and hundreds of dollars out to a young teenager at Purdue University up in East Chicago, Indiana, and I learned absolutely nothing. And what he did right for me, I had to come back and edit myself. And finally I sat in front of this monitor here with my book in hand. I got the whole Haas catalog, and it's just confusing. And so I got on CNC Zone. That's where you kind of come into the picture. A couple other guys that I've talked to. This program run pretty nice. I don't know if it'd run any better climb milling. Of course, you know, starting at the bottom, we can't really climb well, not without a left-handed cutter. But I don't know what you think. Maybe you know, we'll just let this go for now. Something to think about the next time I order a cutter. These things are very expensive, so I'm trying to be as careful as possible. This one with shipping was $100 just for this carbide thread mill. I'm probably boring you, but we're coming to the end of the cut, and it's going to do a short arc at the top. It's going to go 1 thread above, like you wrote. And after it does the 1 thread above, it's going to do a small arc, and then it's going to shut the spindle off, and it's going to home back. It's going to bring the vise towards me. That's got to kind of crack you up. There's an old Jacobson's or something like that collet chuck from the lathe. I put in my Kurt vise. There she goes. And that's it. Let's, well, I got you here. Let's see how we did. Just got a little tight spot there, nothing bad. I don't quite understand why, but who knows? We got a good thread there, bud. I thank you very much, and if you could help me out with those couple questions, I sure would appreciate it. Thanks now. Bye.